with them make the playoffs.
The Braves have the ability to improve their club. Because now they have one elite defender
in Washington, D.C., where the Nationals and Braves will be going on, which will be coming on after the weather delay is gone, which I have no clue what time it's on. But right now it's in the Braves, and it will probably be showing all their games. I will be probably going back and forth when this goes on commercial, seeing as the Braves have started back, because that is kind of my favorite team, and that's who I really want to watch tonight. So I'm sorry about that. The title tells you. So let's start the game. It's game time. So I hope everyone watch.
And the third base umpire is Chris Conroy. And we're available. This telecast is here in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit Comfort2Toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. Faria at 6'4", 235 pounds, only 23 years old, but he has really caught the attention of the American League, going 3-0 to this point.
What a nice surprise for Tampa Bay. They always seem to come up with great pitching. And this to them, to me, is a nice find. He's having a nice season in AAA. He comes up here and he's lights out.
Mookie Betts looking at him for the first time. Not an overly hard thrower, but his command has been very good. He's only walked 535.
See that fastball? He's got a little something on it. 92 ball slider and a good split.
Mookie 0 for 4 last night in Texas in the finale. Pops this one up. And on the back pedal. Out in the front. Pedroia next. Red Sox now 5-1 on the road trip. They are 4-3 against Tampa Bay head-to-head so far this season. All of those games are played at Fenway. So the Red Sox going to play a lot of baseball right here at Tropicana Field the rest of the way. As Dustin Pedroia looks at strike one.
Big advantage for the pitcher. You always have a tough time. You got to check it out, see what he's got.
Pedroia 297 with 2 home runs. Ranks among all-time Bay in runs scored. He's 8th. There's another one in the left field for a base hit. He has been a nemesis of the Rays over the years, right in front of Xander Bogaerts, who's next.
A little up to Pedroia. He loves the ball up. He doesn't sting this ball very hard at all. It's a nice placement into left field.
Mike Moustakas won the fan vote for the final American League All-Star spot, beating out Xander Bogaerts. As of now, always a possibility that injury can pop up. And Xander might go in here, but right now, he's not headed to the All-Star game in Miami. 308, 6 homers, 41 runs batted in. Of course, the Red Sox started tonight. Chris Sale is going back to his 6th consecutive All-Star game. Craig Kimbrell going back to his 6th. And Mookie Betts his 2nd in a row. Xander trying to get hot again right in front of the break. He was 1 for 9 with a home run in the Texas series. Moreland on deck. Homered last night, but the first Red Sox hit that came in the 6th inning.
Very simple delivery from Faria out there. Something that, he can repeat. That's what it's all about. You can repeat your delivery, execute pitches. He's got a mix.
He grew up in Southern California, and as a young Angels fan, he modeled his delivery after the Angels pitcher Jared Weaver. Pedroia on at first base, a short lead. And that one ran in and got him. Xander running out of there, getting right for John Farrell and the trainer.
It's always scary when you get hit in the hand. You know, it's 0-2 pitch. He's looking to dive a little bit, thinking he might throw him a breaking ball. That ball just ate him up. It's inside, but it's high. And you can't, move away from it. His hands start right into it.
And a drop of the bat, yelling out in pain.
I mean, you just hope. Once hit in the hand, it's just...
He is in a lot of pain. And an athlete does not want to show the trainer the hand. This is his initial reaction. He is in some agony, but see if he can hang in there tonight.
You got to get that thing checked. Obviously.
Yeah, the hands for a ball player.
I don't know. He's going to play, but...
Number 2, they go and play.
A very gritty decision.
Yeah, I would get ice on that thing now, pronto.
So Xander will take his base painfully. Pedroia to second, and Mitch Moreland will try and make the pay here. Just getting started in the first inning. Third man that frozen. Moreland 266, dozen homers, 41 runs batted in. Sox trying to pounce right away, and that has been a sign of their success. Moving toward this All-Star break and on this road trip.
Right.
Getting out in front.
Yeah, I give them a couple of runs. It puts the other team in a major hole. I mean, you're lucky to get, a couple of hits off him, let alone a couple of runs.
Sox did that in Toronto for the left-hander.
Well, this pitch just fell off the table. This must be his split finger.
It's 1 for 4 yesterday in Texas. It's his old team. It's homered twice in his last 7 games here at Tropicana Field. Pedroia at second, Bogarts at first. Eight of the remaining 11 games in this season series between these two division opponents will be here at the Trop. Red hot day outside, climate controlled inside. Understand back home in New England it was a beautiful day. Mostly sunny in the 70s. 2-1 from the young righty.
Well, he's going to be challenged right away here. What's he going to feature 3-1? See if he's afraid to throw that cross-seamer.
Moreland's been a very patient hitter this year. He's been taking his walks. Hanley on deck, and the 3-1. Fly ball in the left center field. It hangs up for Smith. And never make the catch. Then fire for third base, runners hold. They're 2 down.
But he challenged him. You got to give him credit. 3-1 there. It said 91. It played like more than that. If there is such a thing, this ball is down middle. Coming in on him. He beat him on the velocity. Not a good swing by Moreland.
Sends up Hanley Ramirez, 257 with a dozen homers. He drew in 33 runs. Hanley snapped the season-long 9-game hitting streak last night as he went 0 for 3, over which he was batting .367. 2 on and 2 out in the top of the first inning. And a ground ball in the shift. The first base plenty of time to retire the side. So the Red Sox with a mini threat to strand 2. Chris Sale about ready to go to work, bidding for his 12th win of the season.
39 is presented by Sheraton, the official hotels and resorts of Major League Baseball. It's always game on at Sheraton. Sheraton, we go beyond so you can too.
No bronze will be cast in her likeness. And the stadium will never change for you. She was but just a woman with the will to go beyond.
Quite sure if you got the balance.
Today, big on taste, small on price. Dance on over.
Hey. Yep. Awesome. Thank you.
That's not your car. Car's ready?
Wrong car.
Not your car?
I would love to take you, but no. I'm so sorry about that.
You guys want to check it out? Someone else's car.
This is beautiful. What is it? It's the all-new Chevy Equinox. This feels like a luxury SUV.
I love this little 360. How did they even do that?
I made a bad decision on my last car purchase.
What car's here?
Bummer.
Wah, wah. I'm ready for an upgrade.
I can shut down your power grids. I can paralyze your infrastructure. I can access the
I cannot
personal
see this
data
whole
of
board. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just how it's going to be.
I am the enemy with no face, and I can't be stopped.
Pre-cyber attack. There's a team of U.S. Army cyber warriors who will not be defeated. Find out more at goarmy.com/team.
Here's the right New England Chevy dealer. Steven Souza will lead it off here. He's in right field. Trevor Plouffe, the DH. Evan Longoria at third. Logan Morrison has 24 home runs. Wilson Ramos does the catching. Featherston does the work at second base. Echeverria at shortstop with Borges at center. Malik Smith is the 9-hitter in left field. Facing the Red Sox starter, presented by your New England Audi dealers, it's Chris Sale, 11-3 with a 2.61 ERA. Well, the Red Sox have to make a defensive change right now because Xander Bogaerts, who's just hit on the hand, has to leave. He has stepped aside. First pitch pop foul on a play by Souza.
No surprise whatsoever. You know, you get hit in the hand like that.
So Lynn goes from third to short. Marrero now in at third base, and here's Bogaerts dejectedly walking away. He was in a lot of pain.
God, I hope it's all right.
Well, that's the first thing you think about, you know. How bad is it?
How bad is it?
Souza 268. He's a power threat. 16 homers. He's Devin Marrero now in the game. The last time this happened, Red Sox had to make a change when Xander had to leave the lineup because of a groin problem. That was up in Toronto. It was the day that Chris Sale pitched, and the Red Sox blew up offensively in the bottom of the order with those two, Lynn and Marrero.
They've been doing just fine with both those guys in the lineup. It's been almost incredible. Got everybody stopped talking about that black hole.
And Souza with a cut and Evanston down to go strike three. That one disappeared. That was 80 miles an hour.
Once again, Bogaerts getting hit in the hand. And 0-2 pitch is going to die a little bit. He starts forward, and it gets him in the right hand. It is barking. I mean, it took him forever to get to first base. You know, players love to just, they're not going to take it on in, and he didn't, and he waited till the next inning started, and he just could not play through it.
Well, he went out to his defensive position and tried to gut his way through it, but has to come out. Here's Trevor Plouffe with a swing and a miss. And you're going to see that a lot tonight in all likelihood.
They lead the world in strikeouts, and they're almost proud of it, if there's such a thing.
And by the world, you mean all of baseball.
Yes, the world.
And Bogart's looking at the wrist or hand as he went out.
I saw him throw a ball over to first base, and then I said, oh, he must be okay. But then a little while after, he started walking off. You see him throw there, but
he gave it a go. We'll get a report as soon as we can on Xander Bogaerts' condition. That looked very, very painful. And a 1-2 to Plouffe.
You know, it amazes me. Here's Plouffe up there, not having a very good year, got traded over from Oakland. But he hit Sale good. Everybody playing for the Minnesota hits him good. It's incredible. He's 14 for 43.
Kind of unheard of. It's lefties well anyway. Pop that one back out of play. On deck, Longoria.
Boy, we've seen fluctuation of velocity from Sale already. Well, he threw a ball 90 to Souza, 92, and then there's 96. I mean, he's all over the map with velocity.
Well, you struck out Souza on.
Yes. He's just.
2-2.
A little change up. He turns it over a little bit. You'd think it's a sinker, but it's a change up.
And back-to-back strikeouts to begin his ball game tonight as he fans.
Put that break ball anytime he wants after all those fastballs. And this is a strike. This pitch is a strike, and he still punches him out. Right there. Ball goes down, a little dip. See you later. This guy is filthy.
Red Sox have gone 13-4 Chris Sale starts this season. Is Longoria 2 homers, 51 RBIs. He's having a good year, 51 RBIs, the most he's ever had before the All-Star break is 52, so he's closing in on that, but he's having a hard time against him, batting just 189 against them. And typically in Longoria's career, he's really good against lefties. That's a strike.
Yeah, I think what's happened here with Longoria, he's got hasn't got any attention. All the attention has gone to Dickerson and Morrison. The kind of years they put up.
Well, they're having better seasons. No question about that. A wave and a miss. Down he goes. Strike. Tail off to the races. He strikes out the side in the first inning.
I stand alone in my day and day. The storm is coming, it's about to rain. I'm telling you can't stop.
Not just anyone can push like All-Star Jacob DeGrom, but anyone could save money with Geico. Geico, see how much you can save. These are the people who make Gentleman Jack cultured, refined. Just kidding. They're the same folks who make old number 7. They simply take the time to mellow it twice. Gentleman Jack, from the makers of Jack Daniels.
July 11th is Amazon Prime Day, an epic day of deals on everything you're into. So whether you're a techie who's into gear or have a passion for fashion, Amazon Prime Day has huge deals on the stuff you love. Prime Day, July 11th.
This is a story about mail and packages, and it's also a story about people. And while we make more e-commerce deliveries to homes than anyone else in the country, we never forget that your business is
on yet, and
Pressure on your foot when it slides forward, but foot cover stops forward movement
I'll just leave
instantly,
it on that.
relieving the your foot. This is the revolutionary cushion comfort gel that puts you on the contour of your foot, cushioning and gently preventing sliding forward. Foot Cover's specially formulated adhesive is guaranteed to hold on tight and then peels away with no sticky residue, and it can be trimmed for a perfect fit. This photograph proves that there's less pressure with a foot bumper. Call or go online. We'll send you 2 pair of foot bumpers for just $19.99. But wait, we'll double the entire offer absolutely free. And as a special gift, we're going to include the original. Or go online to footbumper.com.
You don't need a TV to see the boys of summer take the field or to see them turn hangers into dingers. All you need is Fox Sports Go. So ride the pine wherever you want. Stream Reds games on Fox Sports Go.
We are the Atlanta Dream. To achieve our dream, it takes teamwork, confidence, ownership, sacrifice, belief. When we dream together.
This is Driven. Travel baseball, chasing the dream. Presented by your local Toyota dealers.
Played there since I was 10, and that's kind of where I really started my baseball career.
Everybody knew about East Cobb. Playing there actually gave you a little bit of a platform.
From a young age, and it kind of carried from my young age into my big leagues, I was a sponsor. Playing with the East Cobb Yankees, one of the best experiences of my life. Played with them for 2 years, and they treated like family, and still to this day get treated like family.
The summers were spent over there. I mean, I got a lot better by playing most of the summer over there. And there's definitely pros and cons, and East Cobb does it some of the best in the country.
Hey, on contact. I ain't stopped you. They're playing deep. They're scoring on the.
If we can get a guy from East Cobb, we know they played against the top competition in the country. That means they played in our backyard, and they're Braves guys. So I think that's a part of it, but also know that they played against top competition. I think helped us out a lot.
So us, it's our hometown team. It's the most identifiable team to most of these young men that play here. And most of us guys that are around here grew up Braves fans.
I certainly know the Braves guys better than most. An associate scout for the Braves. I have been for quite a while.
East Cobb's done a great job of getting the better players together as well as other programs around the state, and we get a good chance to evaluate those kids.
We've been very fortunate with that, to maintain great relationships with professional clubs and larger schools in our area.
Seeing the roster deck, this guy's committed to Georgia, this guy's committed to Clemson, this guy's committed to Florida State, Georgia Tech. East Cobb is the reason I got a scholarship, for sure. There's no doubt about it. I mean, if I had played just my high school baseball, I would not have gotten a scholarship.
Generally speaking, nowadays the answer is no, they don't get seen as much playing high school ball. College is playing when high school is playing. The chances of the conflict between a college game and a high school game are much higher now than they were 5 years ago.
One of the advantages of being here in Atlanta is that a lot of these kids, not only from the state of Georgia, but from all over the country, come in here to play in these tournaments. So literally you could almost go every day and watch a baseball game, particularly from, certainly end of May till probably mid-August.
A child baseball player, our young man, has the dream of playing college baseball, professional baseball. We do all we can to try to make that dream come true for that player.
That's the job. I think of travel well not only as an experience but also an opportunity. You get the chance to play for a college and maybe even further after that, but you have to enjoy it as you do it, definitely.
Just watching him interact with his teammates and the enjoyment and the fun with the interactions that he has with them, that's what you probably should want to get out of it. Because that's what you'll take, no matter what happens, to the next level.
The memories that we've made and the friendships that we've made, I will remember travel baseball and the families. I still think the things that happened with my oldest son was 9. So many people come into your lives in so many different ways, but we have made just great relationships. I wouldn't change a thing. I wish I could go back and do it again. Really, I do.
So it better be because you're loving it and because you're enjoying the ride and want to make friends and want to have some good memories.
I would love to be able to go to college and play baseball, and after that, hopefully even further. That sounds awesome to me.
If they have that desire and they want baseball to be a part of their life, just we give them that opportunity.
I think you have to stick to what it is that is in the best interest of its interest of their baseball life. Whatever it is, high school, college, beyond. And I'm not going to change that.
If you are age 85 or younger,
call 800-908-8315.
To learn more about funds from a licensed agent in the Angel Care Network. The average funeral now costs over $10,000, but your family may only receive $255 in government benefits. Are you at risk of leaving loved ones to help pay your debts? A final expense policy for seniors can pay up to $30,000 for funeral and other final expenses. You don't need a medical exam, and you can have lifetime coverage. Your premiums won't increase, your benefits won't decrease, and the policy cannot be canceled. To receive free information about final expense plans from a licensed agent in the Angel Care Network, call. You'll also receive information about a free prescription discount card just for calling in. Agents are standing by.
Call 800-908-8315.
I was eating, so sorry that's why I'm not watching. Anybody? Back over to the
Hard to get that forward.
Rays in Boston Red Sox and
2 away for Leon.
Leon's at
Taps
least
that one
round
on
out.
in as short-handed as they come. And side. It's a Tigers sitting in. The Red Sox in 3 men to hit, no score.
This summer, a Wendy's Frosty is just 50 cents. So feel free to freak out, because now's the best time to indulge a little. Or a lot. Do you? The 50-cent Frosty, available for a limited time at Wendy's.
Come on.
The moment you realize you have a one-person vanity but a four-person family.
At Lowe's, we have the latest styles and trends to fit your budget. All projects have a starting point.
With 300 yen.
Of select vanities.
Award-winning interface. Award-winning design. Award-winning engine. The Volvo XC90. The most awarded luxury SUV of the century. Visit your Volvo dealer today and get up to $4,500 in allowances.
Today's Best Western is more rewarding than ever. Rewards members get our best rates, points for free nights, instant rewards, and a $10 gift card with every night. Rewards points never expire. Let's go get rewarded. Book now at bestwestern.com.
Won't you come dream with me now?
Presenting Just for Men Auto Stop. It's time travel in a comb. It gives you back your natural hair color before you went gray. No mix, no mess. Comb in and your natural hair color is back. Lift off. Just for Men Auto Stop.
The AIG Hurling Classic, an Irish festival, returns to Fenway with a doubleheader featuring one of the most prominent teams in the world. In addition to hurling, the festivities include a lively Irish festival, complete with Irish food, music, and dancing. Tickets on sale right now at redsox.com/hurl. Now you can make some plays with that.
That's a salad. You better have a glove like that to knock it down because it's coming back.
That'll do the trick. Logan Morrison to start the bottom half of the second inning with a swing and a miss.
There's some gas for you right there. Home. He doesn't get cheated either. He's taken him deep once this year. Surprise anybody that takes him deep is surprising, let alone left-handed hitter.
Morrison's at 24 home runs, fourth in the American League. Took umbrage over the fact that he was not selected for the Home Run Derby. He also wasn't chosen in the final fan vote for the All-Star game, so it does not look like he's headed over to Miami. He was upset that Gary Sanchez, the Yankee catcher, was picked for the Home Run Derby, and he was not. Laces that one in the left field for a base hit. Really a fine year. He'll take the single, and the first man to reach tonight against Sale.
Well, that's a tough out right there. A guy that's trying to leave all the time, and he drops a swing like that on you. Maybe, it takes guys, you never know when it's going to kick in with a guy.
Frankly, I think he's right. As Ramos comes up to bat, he should be in the home run derby.
I agree. He didn't have a problem with Sanchez. He had a problem with MLB.
Yes.
That's what I was confused about.
And a pretty good argument, too. 174, 2 home runs for Ramos. He's been swinging a better bat lately. 6 RBIs in his last 4 games. The catcher.
This was a risky deal they did with Ramos, huh? Signed him when he was hurt and waited for him, and here he is. This guy's a good player.
Taylor, please get out of here.
They signed him in December, but he suffered a torn ACL after leaping for a throw to home plate. He was playing for Washington against Arizona.
I feel bad for him. He's having a great year.
He was an all-star last year. Hit 22 homers. And a breaking ball snapped in there. First roll.
The thing is, Tampa Bay couldn't have. He never got hurt, right? Somebody would have gave him big money.
Yeah.
They have long been a team on a budget. Look for deals like that. Fly ball in the center. Jackie started back, now has to come on in. He's going to get there to make the play. Such a big swing by Ramos. Go back.
Daily!
So they're going to send the runner down to third. After the misfire. And that'll put Morrison.
No, get out of here. I don't want you in here.
Jackie starts to off the base runner.
It's not messing with
Jackie Bradley with the throwing error.
Ah.
He was a little unlucky.
Yeah, just kind of tangled up there, with the base runner. Trying to take a shot at it.
I don't want to. It's not your room.
Feathers is hitless in his last 10 at-bats. Echeverria on deck. No scores.
I'm about to just turn it over to the Braves game because I'm going outside right now.
They're calling you up to big leagues.
It's one of those moments in life where, if you have a goal or you have a vision and it's kind of that, okay, here's that moment where that dream comes true. That was that moment where it's like, okay, well, this is something I've certainly dreamt about as a kid and really dreamt about since I signed that professional contract coming out of high school. Period. Just to live that dream, and it was pretty special.
Still to come on Drill. I think a lot of fans didn't understand.
I think if Tommy had to go back in time, he would have fought for the same fight. He just would have used some different words.
And later, probably the most strong-minded individual I've ever been around. He told me,
Mama!
he goes, and I'll take advantage of him. Drill. Tom Flatley.
Bobby!
He's presented by your local Toyota. The new 2017 Toyota RAV4. Refined rock.
I know you're gonna love this.
I have great poker.
A terrible poker.
I'm not dazzled. Big One sales event. Deal's so big, you can't deal. Right now, during the Big One sales event, lease a new 2017 Toyota RAV4 XLE for just $219 a month for 36 months. Toyota, let's go places.
Hello, Americans. It's Uncle Sam here. If you owe $10,000 or more on your federal or state income taxes, I've got important news that may help you negotiate a lower tax bill. The IRS, with their Fresh Start initiative, is offering more flexible terms to settle their IRS debt. They can help you lift your wage garnishments, stop bank levies, and put your tax problem home. If you owe tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS or state, our team of tax professionals can resolve your case and stop collection actions against you. Even if you've been audited or haven't filed a return in years, we can help. Call right now and find out if you qualify to settle your debt for far less than what you owe. If you owe tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS or state, call the number in your screen for a free tax debt consultation and put your tax problem behind you once and for all.
We are the Atlanta to achieve our dreams. It takes teamwork, confidence, ownership, sacrifice, belief. When we dream together.
He actually got called up in the middle of the season. The first year he was with us when he pitched his first game in Houston.
Reputation of being a control artist.
Didn't do very well at all. He got knocked out in the third or fourth inning.
Davis shows him a base hit. A guy who nibbles the corners, not a power guy.
You wondered, if he was going to be any good or not at the major league level.
I don't know that there was anything that I heard scouting report-wise that was exceptional. Just that he had good control and he was kind of the prototypical crafty left-hander.
That first go-round in August of '87, I pitched, 6 games or something like that. And obviously knew there was a lot of work to be done. When I came back the next year and made the team out of spring training, my first full year in the big leagues, it certainly was a learning experience. I learned a lot about myself.
But he lost a lot of ball games before he first got here. But it wasn't all his fault, I'll tell you that. We didn't have a good defensive team at all. And, he would get beat up once in a while, but the development came just like that.
I knew there were some things that I was doing pretty well. I knew that I was getting better.
You can see he was a young pitcher trying to get control of his pitches, so to speak. He had a little slider he threw. He had a curveball at that time he threw, fastball. He didn't have the really good changeup yet, but you could see that was coming into play.
Well, that was kind of the beauty for me of when I got called up was, the Braves weren't very good, and they were in the transitional stage, and I was part of that transition, and for me, it was more about, in their minds, me going out there and pitching and getting better. That was what they were concerned about.
Deep to right field, and gone.
Well, that 91 year, I think if you ask anybody that was here in 91 and then was here in 95, the 95 season ended in a world championship, and that was unbelievable. 91 was the more magic year.
And here's a fly ball hit to right field. This may do it. Justice is back. It's over. The Braves win it.
We've come a long way. I'll tell you what, nobody gave us much chance of doing this. And certainly nobody gave us much chance of coming in here and winning 2 games. But that's just a tribute to the character of this team. And overall, it's been a lot of fun. And now we got one more step to go.
If you were going to write a Hollywood script, that would have been the year that we won the World Series. And it was just so amazing to be a part of what was going on here in the city and the excitement that surrounded that team.
Very enjoyable.
From kind of where I was, the inconsistencies of what I was as a pitcher, to winning 20 games. I mean, that's a pretty select club, being a 20-game winner at the big league level. The big key for me that year was a year that I figured out my changeup, and that really gave me that secondary pitch that I could count on and I could lean on, and really made a difference for me. It was something I didn't have up until to that point with my curveball or my slider. So to me, that was the thing that really changed it all. It gave me a pitch that I could lean on, and it gave me a pitch that, quite honestly, was a big part of me being able to win games when I didn't have my good stuff. I think that was one of the biggest things that I learned that year, was how to win when something was missing, whether it was my command or my good stuff or my good movement.
He's one of those guys that if you've lost 2 or 3 games in a row, and all of a sudden it's his turn to pitch, well, it's going to stop. He was the stopper. And he would stop any losing streak or any bad streak. And he was just Mr. Consistent. Larry Boa said it best after he shut out the Phillies. The machine is unbelievable. So I started calling Tommy the Machine after that.
Did he go? Yes, he did, says third base up Tom Hallion, and that's strikeout number 12.
I know you're going to love this deal.
Do you? I have a great poker face.
But terrible poker arms.
I'm not dazzled. The Big One sales event. Deals so big, you can't deal. Right now, during the Big One sales event, get 0% APR for 758 APR bonus cash on a new 2017 Toyota RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
Jeff Mancini here with an incredible new offer for Mighty Bite. Mighty Bite is the world's only 5-cent fishing lure. It acts like a DNA trigger to predatory fish. Now, we've created the ultimate family-friendly lure, the Mighty Bite Nano. The Nano has the erratic action of an injured baby baitfish. This set of 8 nanos is specially designed to attract fish of all species, including tournament-winning bass. You'll get the Mighty Bite Wounded Baby Baitfish Nano Kit for only...
We're so sure you'll love the Mighty Bite system. We'll even triple our normal 30-day money-back guarantee.
This is my first fish on Mighty Bite.
If you don't catch more fish than ever before, just send back the unused pieces and we'll give you a full product refund.
Order the Mighty Bite Nano Kit for just $14.95. But wait, we'll double the offer and send you a second Nano Kit free. And as a special bonus, we'll give you the Mighty Bite Adjustable Tackle Box and DVD free.
This is Jason Kipnis, second baseman for the Cleveland Indians. His nickname is Dirtbag because getting dirty never holds him back. Playing baseball, he's reading about baseball. When he's not reading about baseball, he's listening to baseball. When he's not listening to baseball, he's watching baseball.
Ooh, you better get dirty, get down.
And when he's not watching baseball, he's playing baseball. MLB.com app, the #1 app for live baseball.
FS1 is home to the biggest personalities in sports. And now all your favorite FS1 shows are available on SiriusXM.
Hey, Manning ain't no fettuccine. You make it seem like you got stir-fry.
Brady sort of gets the... Brady, it's the culture. Now take the talk with you on Fox Sports SiriusXM Channel 83, along with live events including college football, UFC, soccer, and more. The best sports talk and live events now on Fox Sports SiriusXM Channel 83.
That's good. Here you go. 1, 2, and 3.
He was very committed to the Players Association. Not only was he the Braves player rep, but he was the National League player rep.
You know, I was at a point in my career where I felt like I had my feet on the ground. And then we went into 1990 spring training, and there was a lockout. And I just remember the feeling of not knowing what was going on, constantly waiting for a phone call to find out what was going on. Are we going to spring training anytime soon? Are we not? It's be 3 weeks. And I hated that. I hated that feeling of not knowing. And so that's kind of how I got involved. Now, never in my wildest dreams did I envision it becoming what it did during the strike in 94 and 95.
It's no secret that Donald Fear and owners negotiate like each other. We asked Braves rep Tom Glavine if that's hindered the negotiations in any way.
How big of a problem is, I'm not sure. I don't think in the end it's going to be that big of a deal. But, you know, there's probably a certain amount of both guys want to come out as the winner in this thing. And
we understood what we were up against. It was baseball, and then it divided into us against them.
You can't blame the player for making the amount of money he's making, but you can blame the owners for opening the floodgates to do so and now trying to snatch it back.
But what a lot of people didn't understand was Tom Glavine was representing us, but he was attempting to represent baseball. And I think the thing that hurt him the most is because
I don't want to say it was one of those things you'd have 12 guys standing there to do an interview, and next thing, 11 of them backed up, and you're standing out there by yourself. But it was almost like that, And then over time, it just, it seemed like me and David Cohen were the two guys that were always out there.
What I remember is that management was going to have its hands full. With Tommy on that committee and then moving into a role of leadership, I knew that our side of the table was going to be in for a real battle.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of owners that want to be there, but have been told by Dick Ravitch not to be there. What the reasons for that are, we're not sure, but we as players feel as though it would be a lot better if some of those guys would show up, and hopefully they will.
But I think if Tommy had to go back in time, he would have fought for the same fight. He just would have used some different words. I think Tommy got so much attention and blame for as if he was the reason the strike happened.
That was back in the heyday of Turner Broadcasting. A lot of news outlets were covering the ongoing negotiations at that time. CNN was one of the news outlets that was right there, always. Tom was employed by the Atlanta Braves, which were owned by Turner Broadcasting, which also owned CNN. And I always felt like Tom was getting such a bad rap because he was actually doing the company a favor by talking to them every day, because he knew it was helping the company. And as a result, he got chastised, he got brutalized by our fans for being an uppity, rich ball player who wants more money.
I never turned down an interview because I always thought that if you give me the time to tell you what's going on, you're gonna, if you don't agree with what we're doing as players, I'm gonna change your mind. That wasn't the case. I think by and large, people who were on the owner's side, there was very little change in their minds, and so over time, I kind of became associated with the problem. I think people would see me on TV and not have any idea what I was saying and just blame me for what was going on.
The fans are hurting the most.
Screw the players, screw the owners.
I've heard plenty of stuff on the radio. It seems like there are plenty of people out there that have made me the person who has initiated this whole strike and has made all 700 ball players do this.
I think a lot of fans didn't understand what the fight was all about. If they had been in our shoes, they would have been out front trying to fight as Tom Glavine was. And I think it may have hurt him, but I think people, after you look back at it, I think they were more hurt about the game being stopped than they were Tom Glavine being out front.
The fans didn't like it because the fans were so opposed to, the whole strike situation. And that cost him a little bit of support here in Atlanta. There were some fans that really never forgave him for that, which was kind of silly because he was just doing his job as a player rep.
I was elected to represent my team and then ultimately kind of thrust into the role of representing the National League. And like everything I did, I just tried to do it as well as I could. I wanted to be good at it.
He was the same way with the Players Association as he was as a pitcher. He was determined that things were going to get done and they were going to get done right and they were going to get done to the benefit of the players.
Tom Glavine, I personally feel, should be the next commissioner of baseball. I personally feel that. I think whatever Tom Glavine would decide to do, if it was in the professional sports arena, political arena, whatever it would be, the guy's a leader in the blue collar work ethic that he had. I'm serious. I believe he should be the next commissioner. Of course, you probably don't want to, but I think that'd be great for the game.
It was a really unbelievable learning experience. How that whole collective bargaining thing goes and plays out. It was a little bit of a bother, I guess. But again, one of those things that I think you just try to put behind you and move on and just keep playing.
We would like to see this thing done and over with and get back out there and play.
Up next on Driven.
We rode in together, and I just remember we were talking about let's get it done tonight.
I remember him saying to me,
I know you're going to love this deal.
Do you? I have a great poker face.
The terrible poker.
I'm not dazzled. The Big One sales event. Deals so big, you can't deal. Right now, during the Big One sales event, lease a new 2017 Toyota RAV4 XLE for just $219 a month for 36 months. Toyota, let's go places. Everybody wants cheap airfare.
But where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with the best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals, too.
Call right now, 877-798-5730, 877-798-5730, 877-798-5730. That's 877-798-5730.
It's summertime in Braves country, and SunTrust Park's going to be the place to be in July, with something special happening all month long. Spend your 4th of July at the ballpark when the Braves take on the Astros July 4th and 5th with the South's best 4th of July fireworks show presented by Gas South. Then on Friday, July 14th, get your free Matt Kemp bobblehead presented by Northside Hospital. And cheer on the Braves as they play host to the World Series champion Chicago Cubs July 17th through 19th. Get your tickets to Summertime Fun at Braves.com/tickets. You don't need a TV to see the boys of summer take the field or to see them turn hangers. All you need is Fox Sports Go. So ride the pine wherever you want. Stream Reds games on Fox Sports Go.
Well, this is as terrifying a weather front as we have seen in a Major League ballpark in a long, long time. It is approaching an hour for our rain delay or our weather delay here in Washington, D.C., and not a drop of rain has fallen. Both Gio Gonzalez and Mike Fultonevich, about an hour 20 minutes ago, came back from their bullpens and went into the clubhouses because we've been told, Joe, that weather is approaching Washington. It should get here around 9 o'clock tonight. Our game time scheduled to start at 7:05 tonight.
This is a travesty. This really is. I hope MLB looks into this because this is a blatant abuse of gamesmanship by the Nationals, in my opinion. As you see, there's no tarp on the field. There's the tarp. It's still got its cover on it. It's not even unrolled in anticipation of any rain that, as you said, is expected to get here not until 9 o'clock if it gets here. We could have already played 5 or 6 innings by the time the rain might get here. So they're calling it a weather delay. There's no anticipation of weather. This is all about the Nationals fearing they might start the game and lose Gio Gonzalez and then have the game started later where they'd have to go to their bullpen, which we all know is the worst in baseball. This is a horrible attempt by the Nationals to manipulate this.
And it's something that's happened before. You might recall May 11th, the Nationals and Baltimore Orioles had a game scheduled, and there was also a threat of bad weather before that game. Mike Rizzo and the Nationals tried to contact the Orioles, couldn't get in touch with Dan Duquette, but did talk with Buck Showalter, and they agreed that the game should not be played. And there was some back and forth about which day, which game these two teams should meet. The saddest part it fell. So, right, weather forecasting is an inexact science, but if tickets start at 7:05 and there's no rain, you ought to start the game and take your chances. It's happened in baseball for 130 years. This, I agree with you, Joe, is
there's not even the hint that it might rain. Like I said, there's no ground crew on the field, right? There's no tarp rolled out waiting to cover the field. And that's what it ought to be embarrassing because they're not even getting ready for it.
Well, think about the fans who've traveled probably all across this region to come watch this game being played. I mean, I've seen on my Twitter feed tonight, fans from Virginia, West Virginia, who've driven hours in the hopes of seeing this game start time in their city. A thrilling contest between the Phillies and the Pittsburgh Pirates on the Jumbotron instead of the Nationals and the Atlanta Braves. So it's the age-old threat of rain delay. Don't know if we're going to have baseball tonight. We will probably start and play through a Category 5 hurricane because in Nat's world, that's probably a bright sunny day. But we'll have to wait and see about that. In the meantime, we'll step aside and send you to another thrilling episode of Tom Glavine Driven, and we will update you from the ballpark as weather conditions warrant. Beautiful Saturday night in Atlanta. You guys ready for this? Absolutely. Let's go, baby. World Series. Let's go.
I really enjoy learning from a guy like Tommy because, you know, he wasn't the most gifted guy in the world. But if there was a game that we had to win, I wanted Tommy on the mound.
I was so mad that I even had to pitch that game, you know, because we had a chance to close it out in Cleveland, and we didn't. We lost. And, you know, that's always the tough thing in the postseason when you're in a series where you're getting ready to win or hoping to win, and you potentially have one more start out there. You don't want it. You want your team to win and be done with it and move on to either the next series or win the World Series and not give that other team a chance. So I kind of started looking at it as, okay, you're pitching, and this is a great opportunity. You got an opportunity to go out there and lead your team to a place that we all want to get to and win a World Series. So, you know, I started to embrace it a little bit more, started to get a little excited about it. I remember we had a workout the next day, and on the ride home from the ballpark with Greg, you know, we got to talking about it a little bit. You know, I remember him saying, he said, pitch your game. Just do your thing and make your pitches and don't change anything. So that was, you know, very reassuring because I think a lot of times you make the mistake when you're in a back-to-back series like that you think, okay, well, I got to make adjustments from what I did in the first game. And oftentimes you make adjustments you need to make. You know, so it was very helpful information. Now, I didn't.
Well, we're going back to the Rays.
I was going to pitch the game that I did. It was nerve-wracking, of course, because we had a couple of World Series before that. We had one we thought maybe we should have won.
I'm here, Joe.
We're on number 3 now. We're thinking to ourselves, we need to win one.
Tom has these on. In big game, there was nothing that he was going to deny him
Come in here.
pitching well.
I'm gonna let you watch it on my phone.
Winning the game. I would say my top
Come watch it on my phone. Come watch it
for Tommy that game, and I would have expected nothing less than him being at home and dealing. And I just remember him being the same calm, stoic, kind of no big deal guy. Specifically, I remember me and him riding in together. I know that. So we rode in together, and I just remember we were talking about let's get it done tonight. And I just remember seeing somebody so determined to make it happen.
My warm-up before the game was really good. But that was something that by that stage of the game I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to because, you know, I had my first inning issues, and there were many times where I'd warm up great and go out there in the first inning and I couldn't get anybody out, or I'd warm up terribly and I'd go out and throw a shutout. So I just kind of took it for what it was. But after I pitched that first inning, then I kind of knew it was like, all right, what I had over there, I just had with me out here. And then as each game went on, it was just one of those things where I felt better and better about what I was doing. My command, my stuff was getting better and better as the game went on.
With his 5th strikeout.
Complete domination.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I told you the Red Sox and Rays are coming on. Scores 1-0 in Boston, and you probably cannot see, so that's why I told you.
Souza 0 for 1, struck out to begin the night for the Rays. 16 home runs. All of those have come against right-handers. One against the lefty. In fact, no player in the majors has as many without one against the lefty. They've got to be happy with Souza this year, putting it together like he has. You know, the home runs were there. A lot of strikeouts before, but 55 RBI. He came in the three-way trade from Washington and San Diego, and some big names in that thing, right? I mean, is that Myers in that trade? I think so. Bill Myers? Yes. And that'll be inside. That is true. I didn't even know who this Souza guy was. But you can see he had the power in him. Ray Charles was also a big deal. Right, that's the big name.
I'm sorry about the noise, but
late, and he did not overslide the bag. So, as you pointed out, he can't really haul, and he's down to second with a steal.
Oh, yeah, he can get it. This is a good throw by Sandy. Not that big a lead, but you see, there he goes. He is gone. Throw, not on the money, but he beats the ball, no doubt about it. Might slide off the bag. Got to hold the tag as he. There you go. Woo,
close. Good Roy Cagey keeping that tag applied, but he never came off. 3-1 on Susan. Down on the knee with a big swing. You see that a little bit with teams like this, and Texas, Oakland.
I mean, that's why he is who he is. Chris Sale is not just, I throw gas. No. 3-1 freaking ball.
Alex Smith at second, 3-2. Jammed it.
And that's Sandy Leone throwing down those fingers. He's the one telling them what to do, obviously. In fact, he never shakes, but...
Sale has been superb in 2 starts against Tampa Bay this season. 7 innings and 12 strikeouts in each one. To ring up another one here to get Souza for the second time. Here's the 3-2. This is 6K in the book and away.
You see that major that gas looks like major gas. This ball gets on you in a hurry. Got to be annoying. This pitch is hittable. A little up. It's got something on it, 95, and it just looked blatant. Didn't have his heart in it.
Let's see if the Braves are on yet. Nope. Sorry, the Braves have not been on. There was a weather delay. They had scheduled a weather delay.
Still at second base.
And apparently it's a real weather delay there. Because it has not stopped. The game was supposed to start at 7. It's currently 18 now, so it's been an hour and 10 minutes. Rain delay, so I'm sorry about that. I just hope y'all get to watch some of the Braves games tonight. I'm sorry, at least y'all got to watch the baseball game. This game's only in the bottom of the 3rd, and it's not too late in the game. So hopefully y'all get to watch it.
This year so far, hitting 310.
I thought, but
24 for Sale.
High five. Say go.
Sale with 6 strikeouts to this point. Punched out blue. First.
Or he jumped on that one. That's the hardest he's thrown. He loves to throw that ball high and away to right-handed hitters. As a hitter, you're trying to cover that breaking ball that you know is going to come down and in. And stay off the high fastball, right? He can bust you with a fastball, and he's got a changeup. Hello, he's got that too. He feels like it, but I think he's going to sweep him here.
1-2 to blue. No, he busted. He's 6 in on the knuckles.
It's one that he executes these things, So you can look like a really creative catcher if the guy does what you tell him to do, and he puts it where you want him to put it.
He's kind of a maestro back there.
Yes. Makes Sandy Leone look great. What's his ERA?
Alex Smith leading off second, 1-2 pitch. And that goes strike 3. That slider is against the wall.
It is.
July 11th is Amazon Prime Day, an epic day of deals on everything you're into. So whether you're a tech who's into gear or have a passion for fashion, Amazon Prime Day has huge deals on stuff you love. Prime Day, July.
Named Gentleman Jack. Culture. Refined. Just kidding. They're the same folks who make over percent. They simply take the time to mellow it twice. Gentleman Jack, the makers of Jack Daniels.
Subway foot-long sub of the day for just $6. A different delicious sub every day of the week for only $6. Take a bite out of that.
Sunday, it's the Sirius XM All-Star Futures Game. Harper, Judge, and Machado all first made their mark here. Which prospects will be next to shine? Don't miss the Sirius XM All-Star Futures Game live from Miami, Sunday at 4 Eastern on MLB Network.
Today is gonna be a good day. Wake up to the best morning lineup in baseball on MLB Central. I don't know what as Matt Dero and Laura give a first look at the day's biggest stories. We got a packed show with an endless menu of player and celebrity guests. All season. And then it gets a lot dirtier. Get here to clean this show up. Start your day with MLB Central. Weekday mornings, 10 Eastern. Only on MLB Network. Presented by Hyundai.
Time of the Unlimited Baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. Chris Sale's ranks in Major League Baseball entering today. Number 1 in strikeouts, 3rd in ERA, opponent's batting average, and whip. And headed back to the All-Star game for the 6th year in a row, maybe the 2nd year in a row as the starter. He has 7 Ks in the book so far tonight. Here again, strikeout prone Tampa Bay, so he can really feast. And he has been so far. Bennett Tindy, born 23 years ago today in Cincinnati, is 1 for 1 with a single. Jackie Bradley, Sandy Leone after him. Sox ahead 1-0.
Can't help but think about since this road trip, defensively, offensively, just young. This kid will make All-Star in his future.
You would think many to come for Benintendi. Remember the catch he made here last year down the left field line. Souza remembers. Others coming over to get him. This was some play.
Well, thank goodness the wall isn't that high. Of all the places in this ballpark, he skies this ball. It's barely going to get out, but for the short ball, Benintendi got there. Had enough time to, I had no idea that there was a table on the other side.
He did, though. He had known that.
Is that right?
Yes, he knew it was there.
Or he would have went head first.
Braced himself on it.
What do? Go check out to see what's over the fence over there? So if I ever get over here, I'm going to just go for it.
There are people partying down there. That landing area. Jackie 0 for 1. He's flying to center. Sits safely, and 22 of his last 26. He's been sizzling. Roll over on that one to Morrison. Underhand look. 2 down. The Nesson is proud to support the men's warehouse.
This is Michelle McMahon with your Sheridan Studio update. Let's get you out to Progressive Field in the bottom of the first. Jose Ramirez with a 2-run home run, up 3-0 in the first. His 16th homer of the season. Cleveland now leading 5-0.
And I'm gentle.
I see it.
I live an easy life. I'm not like
you are. You're gentle. I always thought you were the gentleman closer.
Yes.
They like to punch people out with flair. Going right through everybody. Well, I'm going to follow your lead. I'm going to be inspired by what you did as part of the.
Are you?
The Super Drive. I am. I've got several that I can send.
Yes. You know, we've got Joseph Abboud galore, right? And it's taking their toll. I'll tell you what's taking its toll, this road trip on these suits.
Oh, yeah.
They're crinkled.
Well, you were talking about your ironing skills, lack of ironing skills earlier.
It's one thing ironing a shirt. How do you iron a sport coat? I mean, you got to steam a sport coat.
Very hard to do. This one that popped up by Sandy Leon, back through it and it over the top.
Just what you need to do after hitting in at 6 in the morning is iron. But you better.
As soon as I hit the ground, that's what I was doing. Where's that iron? Get rolling. It'll look good.
You got to have skills in this game.
Sox would be 1-0. Looking for a base runner in front of them. And the 2-2 to Leon.
OBX veteran move, you need to travel with a mini steamer.
There you go. This travel is best for the birds.
Two pair of flip floppers for just $19.99. But wait, we'll double the entire offer absolutely free. And has
Time. So the Red Sox with a quiet 4th inning to go 1-2-3.
Thought the chalupa couldn't get any better? Meet the double chalupa. Get it with a Doritos Locos taco, a crunchy taco, and a medium drink. The new limited edition $5 double chalupa box. Love it while it lasts. Only at Taco Bell.
We asked premium vehicle owners to judge 3 premium sedans, not knowing the brands.
It is quite responsive and intuitive.
high quality craftsmanship.
The stitching adds a level of refinement. I like the aggressive sculptural lines.
Wow.
I've always trusted Mazda.
I like driving this car the best.
Discover a smarter premium at the Driver's Choice event.
Now get 0% financing and 1,000 APR cash plus no payments for 90 days for all new 2017 Mazda sedans.
This is a story about mail and packages. And it's also a story about people. People who rely on us every more e-commerce deliveries to homes than anyone else in the country, we never forget that your business is our business. The United States Postal Service. Priority, you.
There's a more vivid window into your games with a stunning 4K display and graphics that bring them to life.
Peter, you still with us?
The Dell Inspiron 157000 Gaming. Dell, as real as it gets.
I'm not the type to say any of this mushy garbage. You know what? I'm going for it. You are completely and utterly
Awesome. Glad you showed up.
in my life.
I think I'm about to cry.
Every single time, you always have. It's really hard to describe. It's like all these tiny little things.
It's just things that are actually friendship.
Time of the Geico Red Sox moment now, honoring the 07 Red Sox World Championship season. Game number 86, the Red Sox would lose to the Tigers 3-2. Bud Rodriguez would
to have mastered.
It's not even raining at National Park. They just thought it was coming, and it never even did. But see, they had
we sailed to get Longoria, Morrison, and Ramos 3, 4, and 5 in the 4th inning with a 1-0 lead. He has 7 Ks.
You know, we were talking about that little fence down there in left field, which Benintendi making a nice catch. That's kind of an historic fence, especially with Longoria. Longoria, that home run he hit on that crazy last night of the season, that was insane.
It was a Wednesday night.
Right.
And so much in baseball happened on that one particular evening. That's why they call that the landing.
Okay.
It's the landing spot of that home run down there.
As soon as that ball went in the seats, it was like the Red Sox fans just sunk. They had just blown a game against the Orioles, right? Applebaum, and then that happened. I don't know, not long after.
Game number 162. Longoria is one of the more meaningful home runs in history as he swings and misses strike 3, and there's number 8 for sale.
This slider is deadly. I mean, when you've got hair like he does, 95, 96, and this slider, that just devastating slider. I mean, you see guys swinging a ball in the dirt like that, I mean, really. They make up their mind to swing, and if they get that, they're in trouble. And then he makes them look so bad. That's 8 punch-outs. 3 1/3.
You talk about in the American League, it's Chris Sale.
Yes. And now Scherzer's up there. In my book, Scherzer's having an incredible year, too.
You're just thinking the top guy in each league.
Okay.
Money is
you
on
got it.
And Sale over here.
Okay.
And certainly, Scherzer is a great pitcher. He's a threat to throw no hitter seemingly every time he goes out there.
You know, the strikeout record is who? Nolan Ryan. One more than Sandy Koufax, 383. We'll never sell because if you'd let Sale pitch enough, he'd have a shot at it.
Pedro had a 3-9 strikeout.
Yeah, I know, but not 383. I mean,
that's insane.
You'd have to pitch 275 innings or something crazy, 250. Who's going to pitch 250 nowadays? Nobody.
Nobody ever again. I don't think.
No, this is a 6-inning game.
To look to center field, Jackie Bradley has to play that on bounce. So Logan Morrison continues to have a nice night. He's 2 for 2. Make an expert emergency care when on leave the ballpark at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. First aid stations located behind Section 12 of the lower concourse. Beth Israel Deaconess, the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. All 3 hits against Chris Sale tonight are singles. Son of Wilson Ramos fly down his first time up to center field. Line foul for a strike.
Just a strong-looking hitter at the plate. He looks rather hitterish.
Expecting about 19,000 here tonight. Game 1 of a 4-game series, last 4 before the All-Star break. Samazani basically toward the alley. Benintendi way out there, rolls on fire. And they tie the game with Morrison grounding from home. Yet if it will be cut off, then that will tie it at one apiece.
I don't know if this is turf or what. I mean, it used to be even harder than it was. How do you get a base hit over the shortstop's head? It goes all the way to the ball. I mean, I'm saying maybe first and third, that's cool, but look at, he stung this ball. A leaping wind, and it's short. It goes all the way to the wall. And, you know, Morrison's running pretty good. RBI double that just seemed like a base hit at the beginning.
So Ramos with 7 RBIs in his last 5 games. Edison comes up empty on a late cut, 96-mile-an-hour fastball. So we're being told they took X-rays the right-hand wrist area of Xander Bogaerts, and they were negative, so he's day-to-day. 0-1. Dropped in for a strike. You're absolutely right. That is a huge relief for the Red Sox.
Humongous.
So that was scary. Middleton struck out in the second inning. 1 of 8.
Coleman. What are you going to do now? Worried about third, then short?
All-Star break coming at a good time for Xander then. And a 1-2 pitch from Sale. Chris had a New England connection before he ever came to Boston. 2009, he pitched for the Yarmouth Dennis team in the Cape Cod League. And he was named the #1 prospect on the Cape. Got a piece.
Tomorrow at 6, don't miss Red Sox first food available at Men's Warehouse. Adam and Jim will discuss whether or not Chris Sale should start for the American League in the All-Star game. I say yes.
I'd love to hear the argument against that right at this point. Two. He struck him out. That high heat away from the batter to Van Feniston for the second time.
It's one of his favorite pitches to punch guys out high and away. Most of the time it's 96 or 97. And it's a ball.
So one more strikeout and Sale to the 4th inning. We'll have 10 Ks again. Already got this guy once. And Maria inning in the second. And a roller. Sale got a pass and fire. And got him at first base in a bang play. Possibility that Cash in their dugout may want to take a look at this one.
He pounced on it all right. He's got that gun to throw it all the way across the diamond. Close play. Look at this. Out.
They will not challenge. And that is out number 3. However, this is 1-1.
Buster Posey loves being in control.
Wait. You look at Glavin's locker.
Nice. Anything else? How about a sidekick? There you go. Is that it?
Maybe a sweet theme song?
Buster knows what he wants. That's why he has insurance. Their easy online tools make him feel confident he made the right call. That's Insurance for the Modern, official sponsor of Major League Baseball.
These are the people who make Gentleman Jack cultured. Just kidding. They're the same folks who make Old Number 7. They simply take the time to mellow it twice. Gentleman Jack, from the makers of Jack Daniels.
Subway $6 foot-long sub of the day. Big on taste, small on price. Dance on over. July 11th is Amazon Prime Day, an epic day of deals on everything you're into. So whether you're a techie who's into gear or have a passion for fashion, Amazon Prime Day is stuff you love. Prime Day, July 11th.
Things are about to get real. New Kingswood barbecue sauces, real ingredients like brown sugar, smoked meat, built on 90. Start something real. New Kingswood sauces.
Join in on the fun and cash in on the deals at the Chevy 4th of July sales event.
This is a fast start.
Enjoy the ride while making no monthly payments for the rest of the summer on these exciting Chevy vehicles. Or for a limited time, get 0% financing for means 2017 models, or get 20% below MSRP on 2017 Impala Premier and Sonic LT. Find new roads at the Chevy 4th of July sales event.
Choose nothing but the best for your cookouts. Pick up select KM and Coca-Cola products today and get a free package of hot dog buns too. It's summer, let's grill KM. Tied up 1-1 as we go to the top half of the 5th inning. Sugway Lynn has walked and scored the Red Sox run. He'll be followed by Mookie Betts and Dustin Pedroia. Jacob Faria, the right-hander, has been impressive early on this season for Tampa Bay. He's 3-0. How about the story that Terry Frank, the all-star team for the American League?
What do you do? We were talking about what do you do? Who gets who's the first crack?
Health issues. I really wonder about that.
I don't think that's ever happened, right? That's
2-0 is well outside. Red Sox fans know that Tito has battled health issues in the past. And John Farrell remained very
for Farrell when he had those treatments. Remember, he was in town?
And for striking in the other dugout, Kevin Cash, the manager of the Rays, he was selected to that all-star staff, so he's going to be in Miami. Brad Mills, who is Tito's longtime lieutenant, be there as a bench coach. Maybe he'll take over the team. 3-2. But it's a dilemma.
Y'all heard the update out.
Once again,
it's 1-1.
And the 3-2.
Houston has.
And he's going to be on ball 4 for the second time.
Stay tuned for Red Sox Final presented by Plainridge Park Casino. Adam and Jim will preview Drew Pomerantz's final start before the All-Star game.
Still on the wall. And so.
Betts tonight has popped up again. So he's 0 for 2. He's 0 for his last 12.
Games and not losing 30 games before the All-Star break, which is not
He's had a very interesting road trip to this point.
I know it's still early on in the season, but they have a really good chance.
Pops up again, sky high, off third, Longoria.
And they have a second right now.
Something about Mookie and pop-ups, right? When he's going bad, he pops it up. It's like he's trying to, I don't know what he's trying to do, but when he's hot, oh my goodness.
Like last Sunday.
Right.
Drove in 8 runs. Those are all the runs he's driven in on the trip.
Isn't that weird?
It's been a strange trip for him. Walked a lot, 7 times.
Sometimes he's patient, sometimes he's not.
Without two ways, at this.
He's also made a sensational catch on this trip. Dustin Pedroia, a good night going, 2 for 2 with 2 singles. And Lynn, the runner at first. Hot shot, but foul. Red Sox struck for the first run in the 3rd inning. And the bottom of the 4th inning, the Rays tied it. And here we sit. Big hole on the right side. And it's right.
Good pitch right there. Sometimes I look at Pedroia, and I've seen him play his whole career. I remember back when he first came up, and I'm like, look at this guy. This guy swings so hard. And to think what he's done since that time, it's incredible what a career he's had.
Knock foul out of play just past Manny Ramirez for 8th in Boston history.
Right, and what he's got, did he get the 700th RBI? Is that what it was?
In that case, it was extra base hits.
Okay, he's climbing up the list. How can you not?
And he passed Nomar for 16th on the all-time RBI list on Friday.
Yeah, he needs 1 more RBI for 700. Wow, number.
And the 0-2. Drop of the catcher, but no advance by Zue Lin. Devin Marrero on deck. Devin was not in the original starting lineup, but had to come on when Xander Bogaerts was struck by a pitch in his right hand in the wrist area. Had to depart. X-rays were negative.
And
here's the 1-2. Chased the pitch down to the third and carries away from Ramos.
Houston.
So Dustin Pedroia strikes out.
Pedroia hadn't seen that split finger. I'll tell you what, that ball never even got close to home plate.
Got away from the catcher down to Second.
Look how far that ball is in
798.
but the ball gets away from Ramos, but I don't think I've ever seen Pedroia swing a pitch that never even reached home plate.
So Marrero drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in the third inning. The Red Sox 2 down. And then there was right. Back to Xander Bogaerts getting drilled. Scary moment.
It really is, you know. The 0-2 pitch, once again, the guy's trying to come inside, but did he come inside, up and in? And the first thing to go are the hands. You can't get the hands out of the way. But you're not expecting that.
Off the end of the bat, roll foul.
Guerrero slowly has, gotten his act together. Over 200 is his average. Driving in some runs. He's got 20 RBIs. I mean, he's held his own.
It's a good point. He has made his hits count. And if he gets it,
always had that smile on his face.
On the wild pitch, when first base was occupied when Pedroia struck out, so he could not advance first. Tied up 1-1. Two. Another one found something. There goes Lamb. Recovering. Needs to be tagged down for Ramos. Was quick there to bounce on that. Got it down. We're on number 3. They're tied up 1-1. Time to turn it over to Mark and July for the Mid-Fifth Studio Show.
At Panera, a salad is so much more than one thing. More than one flavor or texture or color. A good, clean salad is so much more than green. And with more for your event, Panera, food as it should be.
The moment you realize this is definitely not the look you were going for.
At Lowe's, we have everything you need to create the outdoor space you've always wanted.
Hurry into Lowe's and get up to 50% off select patio furniture and outdoor decor.
Presenting Just for Men Auto Style. It's time travel and a comb. It gives you back your natural hair color before you went gray. No mess. Comb in your natural hair color is back. Lift off. Just for Men Auto Style.
I gotta tell you, Al, I'm looking forward to the All-Star game. Miami is gonna be nice.
Miami, nice. Miami, nice. Yeah, Miami's gonna be nice.
Tell me about it.
He comes through big time. And you see here, Ramos gets the ball over the shortstop's head all well. More than enough time for Morrison to come all the way around from first base.
Peter Borges to lead things off 0 for 1. And if Sale strikes him out, it'll be a new Red Sox record. He leads the majors with 11 starts and more striking with Pedro Martinez, the most such starts by a Sox pitcher before the All-Star break. Pedro did it 11 times in 1999. High fly, that one deep to left. Benintendi all the way to the wall, trying to check it. Burgess is really a big-time home run hitter, but he gets to Sale to make it 2-1. A solo shot to begin the fifth.
I'm a shocker here. You know, we've seen so many good breaking balls, but not one here. Starting off with a changeup, followed it up with a breaking ball, and just spot in middle. Something about that breaking ball. Borges goes bridge, 2-1.
Fourth home run of the season for Borges. This one popped up by Smith. Ranging for it, Lynn, and called off by Benintendi crossing the line. Made the catch in fair territory. One man out. And back into the top of the order, Steven Souza.
Borges before that at bat was 2 for 13 with 0 damage. Well, that was a damaging blow. He's got to be thrilled. Fans, don't miss NESN Live tomorrow evening at 5:30 on NESN. We'll have continuing coverage of the Bruins offseason. NESN Live is presented by Cross Insurance.
Here's Steven Souza. Twice he has struck out tonight. In the first and again in the third. $16 homers, 55 RBIs for Souza. Last couple of nights, the Red Sox offense has scuffled a bit. Just a handful of hits last night, just 3 hits tonight. Sox were no hit to the 6th inning last night. It's an offense that really cooking.
It's funny, remember the air when Cosmo went to play first base? Would have been third out of that inning in the 6th inning. Could have been a different game, but meanwhile, bogey from deep. That was Castro.
It was quite well.
Yeah, I liked it. He was the best I've seen him.
Sale can strike him out of the third time here. The breaking ball into the dirt. Yankees, by the way, are idle tonight. Rather odd this close to the All-Star break, don't you think?
Yeah. Especially with days on the break. You need a day off like all that now.
2-2, and that just missed.
Although the Red Sox haven't played, but they're going to have played 33 out of 34
and 17 in a row.
Oh.
Right up to Sunday. 3-2. He struck him out again. The 10th of the ball game for Sale. That's a Red Sox record for 10 strikeout or more games before the All-Star break.
There's been 3 games that he had 9. If you go and look, I mean, it's like, once again, the slider does the honors. Slider to dirt, sweeping down in. Sousa's ready to snap. That's 3 for him.
Here's Plouffe. He struck out twice. And the man behind him, Longoria, has struck out twice. So their 1, 2, and 3 hitters have done nothing but strike out tonight. 7 times. 0 for 7. Tampa Bay does have the lead. That made it dance. He has helped us investing $50 million over 5 years to extend the commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives, moves one step closer for a tobacco-free generation. Learn more at cbshealth.com/be-the-first. And they contact this time. The skies a pop-up up into those rings. And Royal will take the play. McIntyre is the side. Over the home run by Borges is untied the game.
You never thought the price of a laundry upgrade could be so low, or saving on a refrigerator give you chills. With Red, White, Blue savings, never say never. Get our lowest prices of the season. Save up to 40% on major appliances like this Whirlpool refrigerator. Only at the Home Depot.
These are the people who make Gentleman Jack. Cultured, refined. Just kidding. They're the same folks who make Old Number 7. They simply take the time to mellow it twice. Gentleman Jack, from the makers of Jack Daniels.
Subway foot long sub of the day for just $6. A different delicious sub every day of the week for only $6. Take a bite out of that.
The Cree has redefined the other motion sense technology so that I can redefine the power, the footwork, range. The more I move, the more it works. You agree, it won't let you.
Introducing the Distress Honda Sensing, an available suite of safety and driver-assistive technologies. It can tell you about things you might not see and even help stop you from hitting them. It can also let you know when you drift out of a detected lane and adjust the steering to assist you back on track. Honda Sensing, just another innovative way Honda is looking out for you.
July 11th is Amazon Prime Day, an epic day of deals on everything you're into. So whether you're a techie who's into gear or have a passion for fashion, Amazon Prime Day is huge deals on the stuff you love. Prime Day, July 11th.
The Falcon Sincera SN250 with dynamic range technology remains pliable in winter grip in wet snow and icy conditions and heats up in dry conditions.
New York Yankees are hosting a World Series, and tonight they welcome the Atlanta Braves to the Bronx.
We open in New York, which, you can't have a bigger stage than that. Yankee Stadium, World Series,
You mentioned their favorite player.
I have no idea why the Braves have not started. I'm sorry.
Dental of Massachusetts. That one stung off the glove of the shortstop. That'll roll in the center field. It'll be a base hit for Devin Marrero. So the leadoff man on here in the sixth inning.
Marrero gets a breaking ball. He's seen that tonight. He had a second line fly, almost the same pitch. Balls in. He stings this ball. Beckham almost snatches it. Look at this. One hop off his glove, trickles into center field. Would have been a great save. Henceria, hello. Thinking about Beckham. He's on the bench.
So it'll send up Moreland, who is flying out and taking ball 4. 2-1 Tampa Bay. And the 6th. And tap to the second baseman. Featherston will have to go to first base, so that at least advances the runner. It as gently as it was, and Marrero is in a scoring position.
Well, it's a good thing it was hit gentle because that would have been a double play ball. I thought he might try to go to second base, but Featherston made the right play.
RBI opportunity for Handy Ramirez. He's grounded out, struck out tonight, 0 for 2. And they with a couple of doubles and a home run so far on the trip. Red Sox are 5-1 on this road swing so far. Game 1 here tonight at the Trop. And strike at 91.
Korea has had trouble 1-4. He went 1-2-3, but he's had base runners every inning. Noons all night.
And it started early in the very first inning when he allowed a base hit to Pedroia and hit both strikes with a pitch. But he got out of that inning. Second inning, 5-minute 10-8. But he was caught stealing. Finally gave up a run, 2 walks and a single in the third. Another walk in the 5th inning and another base runner in the 6th.
Hey, what I like his command, even though he's walked 3 guys and hit 1. It just seems like he knows what he's doing. Tomorrow at 6:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU. Adam Jim will preview tomorrow's pitching matchup between Drew Pomeranz and Jake Odorizzi. DCU, Digital Federal Credit. What can DCU save you?
Henley approaching a milestone. He is 1 run shy of 1,000 career runs. High fly to right field, backing up Souza, but he has room. Guerrero's going to stay right there. It's airfield, but the backup will run on Guerrero. Guerrero had to stay put at second. That really took off. And they're 2 down.
I can put the flaps down. He's pointing there. Can't wait to launch this ball. I got a little excited about showing off his arm, and it just took off. Got everybody backing up. He's not going anywhere.
Two down, Benintendi. Looking to pick up a birthday RBI right here. Check swing pitch in the dirt for a ball and did not go. They did appeal to third base on Conroy.
We've seen that Bigger be swung at. It wasn't even close to home plate. We saw Pedroia do it. We've seen a couple other times. I believe that's what that pitch was. They just can't identify that thing.
Well, that's going to end up us because the Braves have not started yet, so it's all right. Peace out.